What's up, guys? It's your favorite QB coach. Welcome back to another video. Now, I think you guys all know by now we do have a membership site. However, I still want to have YouTube videos that are just exclusive to YouTube, right? That are not just also on the membership site. So I was doing some thinking and I was trying to come up with a good kind of series that I could do exclusively on YouTube. And the idea kind of hit me when I watched this 8-hole playoff from the PGA Tour, the Travelers Championship, and might as well react to actual PGA Tour tournaments. This is something I can't really do commercially, right, because of legal issues. However, I can do on YouTube and I can make it exclusive to YouTube. So, with that being said, as you can probably guess by now, today's video is going to be reacting to the 8-hole playoff on the PGA Tour, the Travelers Championship. It made history. It was actually an amazing playoff. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. But before we get into the video, I have to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, and that is going to be Kiwi Golf Japan. If you guys didn't know, YouTube does not pay the bills, so that is why we created our membership site, which is Kiwi Golf Japan. We currently have over 130 videos on the membership site. That totals roughly right around 50 hours of content. Also, in terms of watch time from our members, we're closing in on 500,000 hours of watch time on our membership site, which just blows my mind. So if you guys are interested in this membership site, you guys want to come join, become a member, support this channel, allow us to keep making videos like we are currently right here, well then go click the link down below, join the membership site. We look to see you on the site. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so let me lay the scene right here. So this is Harris English. He's on the 18th hole of normal play, which just means he's not in the playoff yet. This is actually during the tournament. He's tied with the lead currently, so if he makes this putt, he's going to actually take the lead into the clubhouse. However, there is someone behind him who still needs to finish out the hole. So even if he makes birdie, that doesn't necessarily mean he automatically wins, right? The guy could also make birdie, they can go into a playoff, or he could miss this putt, and then the guy behind him can make birdie, and then he actually loses the tournament. So in this situation, Harris is obviously aware of all of this, and he probably knows that there's a 50-50 chance the guy behind him is probably going to make birdie. The 18th hole is not a difficult par 4. You hit a good drive, you're going to have a wedge into the hole. He's figuring he probably needs to make birdie to at least guarantee that he's either going to win or go into the playoff. If he makes par, there is probably a 50% chance that he actually loses the tournament. I'm pretty sure that's what's going through his mind. This is a must-make putt. It's a downhill putt, roughly right around 25 feet, left to right slider. Very difficult putt to make, especially under the pressure of trying to win a PGA Tour event. However, Harris had already have won a PGA Tour event earlier that season, so I'm sure he has some confidence. Let's see what he does.
Motion out of Harris like you haven't seen before.
All right, looks like you got a good starting line. And bam, there you go. Look at that fist pump, guys, just like Tiger right there. Oh, he's pumped. And fun fact there, guys, if you take a look, I'm sure it's hard to see from over here, but if you take a look at his putter grip, here, that putter grip looks like it's at least like 5 years old. And the PGA Tour actually took a picture of that, his putter grip after the tournament, and it's all frayed out, it's super old, and it's just funny, like those tour guys, once you kind of find something that works, they tend to try to stay with it, right? Which maybe might be something for you guys out there that's getting new clubs all the time. Maybe try to stick with a club for a little bit longer, and maybe you'll get some better results. But let's go on and take a look at the other guy who needs to complete the 18th hole. All right, so here we go. So here's the other guy. So now he's one behind the lead, so he must birdie this hole. I believe at this point, most likely, I don't think Harris English has made the putt yet, or maybe he has made the putt. So I don't think he's quite sure of what's going on, but he for sure knows that he probably needs to hit the fairway so at least he can have a wedge into the hole from the fairway and have a really good chance of making birdie. It looks like in terms of where he's lined up, it looks like he's pretty much lined up at the middle, maybe slightly left of center of the fairway. I'm not quite sure what shot he's going to play, so we'll kind of see from the shot link what he plays. But let's go ahead and see if he can hit the fairway here.
Where's the playoff? He can make birdie here at the final hole.
All right, so in terms of the shot link, it looks like he hit a little baby fade, so I think I was right. He was aiming just left of the center and just hit a little fade back into the slope. As you can see, the fairway did slope a little right to left. If you do hit that draw, there's that bunker that's right around 300 to it. If you get a little bit of a bad kick in the fairway, you could go into the bunker. I do think a fade in that particular shot was the smart play, and he pulled it off perfectly, and it now looks like he should have a wedge in his hands into this hole. All right, so let's break down this wedge shot, because actually I thought this was quite an amazing shot under the pressure. So at this point, he should know that Harris English had birdied the hole, so he probably needs to make birdie here. Now, interesting enough, it is a tucked front pin, and it's downwind, and it looks like a yardage where it's not necessarily quite a full shot. So what this is all saying to me is he has to be very precise with his landing zone on the green. he probably has like a 3-yard area to a 5-yard area to land it in if he wants to get the ball to bounce pin high and stop. If he lands this ball pin high, it's probably going to bounce like 25, 30 feet past the pin, and he's going to have a much more difficult birdie putt, kind of where Harris English was. Let's see and see how he pulls this shot off. There you go. So it definitely looks like he's trying to go the high route there, which I think is obviously what you had to do. And he lands it exactly where you have to, and now he's pin high. But I can't tell you guys how good that shot was, because to hit the ball really high when it's downwind, it's so difficult to judge like perfect carry distances. And for him to be on the last hole when he knows he has to make birdie and he pulls that shot off with the wind, with the pin location, you know, just such a class shot, like really, really good. And now, unfortunately though, with golf, you still have to make the putt. So let's see what he does. He's got another downhill left to right, a lot shorter on Harris, and he holds it for birdie, right? So now they're going into a playoff. Wow. Okay, so now they're going back to the 18th hole. This is going to be a sudden death playoff, which means whoever gets the better score wins the tournament, right? So there's no like allocated hole. So Harris, I've been watching a little bit of his swings lately, and he has an interesting way that he plays a lot of his tee shots. So as you can see, he's actually lined up quite far to the right, but I don't think he hits a draw necessarily. I think he actually hits a little bit of a fade, but let me go ahead and watch the shot through. He doesn't like that. Yeah, so I think he was trying to play the fade, but he was aimed quite far right. So you almost have to hit quite a big pull for you to start the ball left enough for it to actually end up in the fairway. That might have been a little bit of a miscue on his part in aligning that far right when you are trying to hit a fade. But the end result was he ended up on the hill, which here, let me play it through so you can see where it ends up. Yeah, so he ends up on this hill, guys, which is a side hill slope, and it's going to be sitting down a little bit with the lie, and you got a front pin, and it's downwind. It's going to be really difficult to stop the ball on the green. So what that means is the next guy, if he hits it in the fairway, he's going to have a huge advantage over Harris English. Let's go ahead and see what the next guy does. Let's see if he can actually take advantage of this. Okay, so here's the tee shot. Looks like he likes it. Maybe a little bit offline because he's kind of watching it intently. Oh, and he's in the bunker. So that time he tried to play the same shot that he did before. However, the ball didn't quite fade enough. And now he's going to be in the bunker. So I still think the bunker shot's a lot easier than this shot here. Let's see how Harris does, though. Hold the green. Yeah, there's no way. Not from that lie. So now, the good thing here is he did miss it past the pin. If you guys don't see here at the front, like left part of the green, there's a little ridge there. So if he was short of the pin and missed left, it would have been a lot tougher up and down. But because he got past the pin and missed left, he actually has a relatively flat pitch shot. So he ended up leaving it in a decent spot even though he didn't hit the green. All said and done, he actually wasn't that bad of a shot from where he was. Okay, this is always my toughest shot. So hitting a bunker shot with a wedge, like a full bunker shot from like 130 yards with a wedge, always chunk the shot personally. I typically would almost just hit like a 9-iron and hit like a half swing and try to put it back in the stance and just pick it off the sand. But respect for him hitting a wedge like that. And, you know, almost a good shot. So he kind of pulled it a little bit left of where he wanted to. Now, the main thing that I think he wasn't trying to do, because he did have a wedge, was trying to miss it in that bunker that was greenside, right? Because if he missed in that greenside bunker with a wedge, potentially the ball could plug, and that's where you're going to make your bogeys from, right? And Harris, even though he didn't hit the best of second shots, he did leave himself with a relatively easy up and down. So, you know, you don't want to plug it in the bunker when your opponent's in a decent spot. So I think that's why he probably took an alignment a little bit more left. And all in all, it kind of worked out here. So let's see what, it's an up and down game competition. Let's see what happens here.
He always keeps the club head well outside his hands, which helps with contact in a situation like this.
It's going to be on the low side.
That's good speed. So he leaves himself a really easy birdie or par putt. He's got about 3 feet. All right, so he's putting it here. Let's see what he does. Oh, he got a little tentative. That's so easy to do, especially when it's downhill and your opponent just hit it in there tight for par. You know you don't want to be too aggressive there. I don't think he was trying to make birdie, obviously, and try to hold the putt. Honestly, he was just trying to make it close enough to where he has an easy par. But luckily for him, he had a similar putt for birdie just prior, right? So he ended up actually knowing the line, it looks like, made the putt. And the first playoff hole ends in a tie, so there looks like they're probably going to go back to 18 again and play. However, for this part one, again, we're going to do probably a series here just because this is kind of a longer playoff. it's long, just to do in one video would be quite long. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that little bell notification. Also, again, make sure to check out our sponsors, Kiwi Golf Japan, that link down below, join our membership. And other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video.